To have Aries rising is to be born with the cosmos whispering, "Burn brightly," or "Don't burn at all," directly into your soul. This is not mere astrology. It is a primal orientation of being, a fundamental way of engaging with existence that alters perception, embodiment, and destiny. The Aries ascendant doesn't just influence personality, it sculpts the very architecture of presence, from the unconscious tilt of your chin to the electric way your gaze lands upon the world. An Aries rising body is never just a body, it is a living manifesto. There is a taut readiness in the musculature, a sense that, at any moment, the entire form might erupt into motion. The posture leans forward, ever so slightly, as if the spine itself remembers it was forged for charge, not retreat. The eyes, sharp, penetrating, often startlingly direct, don't just see, they interrogate reality. This is a presence that doesn't request attention. It seizes it, not through effort, but through sheer vibrational intensity. In fashion, there is an instinctive gravitation toward the bold, the unrestrained, the declarative. Whether through sharp lines, fiery colors, or an almost armor-like aesthetic, the Aries rising wears their identity like a banner. Even in subtlety, there is a statement, an unspoken "I am here" woven into the fabric of their being. Thoughts do not meander in an Aries rising mind. They strike like lightning, fast, decisive, often leaving scorch marks in their wake. This is not a mind built for deliberation. It is a mind built for instantaneous translation of will into action. Speech mirrors this. Direct, unfiltered, sometimes abrasive in its honesty. There is no time for diplomacy when truth burns this urgently in the throat. But this gift is also a curse. The same clarity that allows them to cut through illusion can make them blind to nuance. They do not mean to overwhelm, but when your every word carries the heat of a forge, softer voices can feel drowned in the inferno. To feel as an Aries rising is to experience emotion as combustion, sudden, all-consuming, often leaving little room for the slow burn of melancholy or the quiet ache of longing. Anger is a wildfire. Passion is a bonfire. Even love, especially love, has a searing intensity, a possessiveness that can feel like being claimed by a force of nature. This is where the shadow emerges. The same fire that fuels their courage can incinerate vulnerability before it even has a chance to breathe. They fear stagnation more than failure, indifference more than hatred. The deepest wound? The terror that, if they ever stop moving, stop fighting, stop burning, they might discover that no one ever loved them for anything other than their flame. People do not meet an Aries rising, they collide with them. There is an immediacy to their energy that registers somewhere deep inside their brain, triggering either instinctive admiration or defensive recoil. They are the ones who enter a room and change its atmospheric pressure, the ones whose laughter is sudden thunder, whose silence feels like a gathering storm. This shapes their life in profound ways. Many will project onto them, seeing a leader when they feel lost, a warrior when they feel tender, a conqueror when they secretly long to be conquered by something greater than themselves. Few will ever realize that beneath the armor of intensity lies a deep, almost childlike yearning, to be met at their own level of ferocity, to be challenged, to be seen in their entirety, not just their brightest flames. Their strengths include unmatched courage. They do not just face fear, they walk through it as if it were mist. A pioneering spirit, where others see walls, they see doors waiting to be kicked open. Unfiltered authenticity, they would rather be hated for truth than loved for a lie. Infectious vitality, their presence alone can resurrect dead passions in others. But there are sacrifices. The toll of constant ignition. Fire cannot burn forever without consuming its vessel. the loneliness of the trailblazer. It is hard to find equals when you're always 5 steps ahead. The paradox of intensity, the same force that draws people in can keep them at a distance. The hidden fragility, few realize how deeply they feel every slight, every betrayal, every moment of being misunderstood. Aries rising is not about tempering their fire. It is about learning to wield it with precision. It is the shift from unconscious arson to sacred illumination, from burning bridges to lighting torches for those still lost in the dark. Their ultimate lesson? That true strength is not in the relentless charge, but in the wisdom to sometimes stand still, to let the world come to them, to trust that they are powerful even when not in motion. They must learn the hardest truth of all. Fire does not need to prove it can burn. It simply is. And so are they. Having an Aries rising with a fire sun sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, is to be a living paradox of celestial combustion, a soul forged in the heart of a supernova, designed to ignite, disrupt, and illuminate with terrifying precision. This is not just a zodiac combination, it is a cosmic mandate written in flame. If you are an Aries with an Aries rising, your body is a lightning strike given human form, every gesture sharp, every step charged with intention. You don't walk into rooms, you breach them, your presence altering the emotional atmosphere before you speak. Your reflexes are preternaturally fast. You react before others even register the stimulus, as if your nervous system is wired directly into the universe's pulse. Your words land like thrown daggers, precise, immediate, sometimes drawing blood without intent. Small talk feels like suffocation. You speak in declarations, challenges, and sudden revelations. When you argue, it's not to debate, it's to unearth truth through verbal combat. You are all ignition, no fuse. A being who burns so brightly that others often mistake your intensity for invincibility. But beneath the warrior's exterior lies a fragile truth. You fear being truly known, because to be seen in stillness might reveal that you too bleed, doubt, and ache. You dress like a revolutionary manifesto. Bold colors, sharp lines, leather, denim, or armor-like silhouettes. Even in simplicity, there's an edge, a "don't F with me" energy woven into every fabric choice. If you are a Leo with an Aries rising, you are magnetism incarnate, a gravitational force that pulls eyes towards you without effort. Your laughter is sudden, booming, contagious. Your silence is heavy with unspoken power. People don't just listen when you speak, they lean in, as if your voice carries an invisible frequency that compels them. Your love is a coronation or a burning pyre, no in between. You don't just give affection, you anoint your loved ones in devotion, expecting, sometimes demanding, the same in return. Betrayal doesn't just hurt you, it incinerates your trust, leaving ashes in its wake. You crave validation like oxygen, yet resent needing it. The deeper fear? That without the spotlight, you might disappear, that your worth is tied to being admired, not known. Your fashion is regal yet untamed, luxe fabrics with a wild streak. Think gold accents, statement pieces, bold reds, or dramatic silhouettes. You don't wear clothes, you curate an aura. If you are Sagittarius with an Aries rising, your mind is a restless storm constantly leaping ahead, making connections before others catch up. You speak in philosophical sparks, half-finished profundities that leave others scrambling to keep up. Debate is your playground. Dogma is your nemesis. You don't just travel, you flee and seek simultaneously, as if movement itself is a religion. Settling feels like a slow death, yet you secretly fear that your freedom is just a well-disguised escape from intimacy. You amass experiences like armor, but beneath the bravado is a hunger for something or someone. that can finally make you want to stay. Your fashion is adventurous, eclectic, just threw this together but it works energy. Leather jackets, travel-worn boots, tribal prints, or whatever makes you feel like a nomadic conqueror. Now, whether you're a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius with an Aries rising, just know you were never meant to be tamed, contained, or fully understood. You are the arsonist and the phoenix, the one who burns down what's stagnant so new growth can rise. Your fire is not a flaw, it's your divinity. But remember, the brightest flames don't just destroy, they transform, and so will you.